Good evening. This is the video newsletter for Buy Sell Short for Tuesday, November 2nd, Election Day. Market yet again bid up ahead of the election. We also have the Fed meeting tomorrow, which probably is just as important because we're waiting to see the size of the QE2 from the Fed, and we should get information on that come tomorrow. But election day today, market moved up higher ahead of it. Mostly a dead day for all intents and purposes. Volume very, very low, especially in tech sector. SMH, QQQs, all 50% below average volumes. Not really a surprise given the amount of market moving events we have today and tomorrow. Looking at the Dow 15-minute chart, you can see yesterday we did break up, as I had mentioned. We got a nice fat early rally, and then we slowly bled throughout the remainder of the session down to that 11,075 support. And then today we saw the same thing happen again. Big spike up, and then sort of slowly bled going into the close. Looking at the indicators on the 15-minute chart, we could see some weakness in the morning. But then again, we're very news dependent right now, so it all depends on what the election results are. Everyone and their mom has become very, very bearish, at least in the near term, on the market. And really not a surprise given the size of the rally we've had. What we've seen happen over the last couple of days, even though the market has moved up quite nicely, is a lot of traders move to the sidelines. And you're hearing a lot of the clowns on TV calling for 10% retraces, etc., and to position accordingly. I'll repeat that old saying, I've said it many, many times. Whenever the most expects something to happen in the market almost always does the opposite. One thing over the years that I've noticed is that some of the biggest moves we've seen on the market come when everyone is sitting on the sidelines or short. And right now, a lot of people are sitting on the sidelines. So, we could have the perfect storm here. Market is bumping up against that resistance level. Let's look at the Dow daily chart. We touched it a couple of days ago, touched it again today. 11,258 is the breakout area. Just looking at the Dow daily chart right now, we're riding up the 20-day exponential. We could really explode to the upside here. We've got RSI is okay. Volume's been sort of decent. On-bounce volume looks great, and stochastics are again looking like they want to make a move to the 80s. So don't count this market out yet. Also, remember the article I sent to you guys yesterday. If you're going out voting today, remember we want the Democrats to keep control of the Senate, and we want the Republicans to pick up control of the House. If we do that, going off past trends over the last 50-plus years, market should have a very nice 90-day period coming up. So, charts look good. We've got a lot of bullish indicators out there. What will probably throw a curveball out there is the QE2. The market is expecting a very large QE2. We've heard numbers from 500 billion to a billion, or trillion, I mean. The market's looking for $1 trillion, or they're looking for a 6-month number that approaches $1 trillion if you annualize it. So, if market does not get the number it expects tomorrow, we could see a little retrace, but I think that retrace, if it happens, will be pretty short, and we'll see fundies come in and start to buy that up. So those were our two scenarios. Looking at the SMH continues to slowly move higher, but we've got a lot of resistance up there at the 30 level, and we're really going to need participation from the SMH to really break out on this market. US dollar weak again, no surprise going into the QE2. If we get a break of that 76.14 level on the dollar, we're looking at a move down to last year's December lows at 74. We do have a very strong downtrend line in place on RSI. So at this stage, I'm thinking the dollar's going to go lower. And what's probably going to send the dollar lower is a really big QE2. So the charts are hinting that the Fed is not going to disappoint on that front. And I'd be surprised if they don't throw a huge number out there. Just because they put a huge number out there does not mean they have to follow through and do all that buying if things actually start to pick up. Let's jump into some stock plays, however. PKT, earnings after hours, very good earnings report. 2011 is going to be a monster year for these guys. These guys are positioned very, very well. This is looking like a stock to stick in your long-term accounts. We had one of those Scamex hit and runs there going into the close. They dropped the stock down to 53 cents, and then 50% of the day's volume came in and pushed it back up to 50 cents, and then they come out after hours with a very nice report. That email alert I sent out last month with research on PKT, if you read the press releases today, just spot on. Genband, that deal that they signed in August, looks like it's going to make PKT a lot of money over the next year. They've already said in that press release they've seen a run through of $15 million just because they've got PKT products in it. So very, very nice action on this one. Let's see how the market reacts to it tomorrow. 65 cents is the breakout here. TRID. This has been a very nice play for us over the last year. Big sell-off on its earnings report last week, but the stock has been consolidating nicely at the breakout level that we loaded up on a couple of weeks ago. So very nice action here at the 50-day moving average. Uptrend line in place. RSI looks like it's bottomed. And stochastics down here at the 20. And as I mentioned in the alert, every time we've seen stochastics down here in the 20s, what we've seen shortly thereafter is a 15 to 25% pop each and every time within a couple of days. So we're looking for a pop at least to the 20-day exponential up there at 2, if not more, and stops at the uptrend line at $1.79. So let's see if we can catch a nice fat bounce on this play. We've been seeing these star performer stocks do this. Big runs, big retraces, push to new highs. E.g., HT is one that comes to mind right now. So looking very, very good here for a solid bounce in the near term. COSI, our profitable fast food play, hit our first target today at $1.25. Traded as high as $1.30 and looks really, really good for continuation here. As I mentioned, we've got private equity funds coming out. I'm gobbling up fast food places left and right. These guys are definitely a buyout target in my opinion. Next target here is a move to $1.45. And, if you want an example of what COSI can do in the next few weeks and months, check out the chart of GAMB, Jamba Juice, over the last year. And they don't even make money. COSI does. NEI, awesome pop for us yesterday. 8% move from the ads we did at $1.70 on Friday. A little bit of consolidation today, not unexpected given the 30% move we've had over the last week. Just like PKT, this is one I'll be looking to take some into earnings because I think they probably are going to surprise to the upside. So I'm probably going to take a small little piece of this stock into earnings. And, medium term, we're looking for a move to the 200-day moving average up there in the low 2s. BGP, Borders Group, again, another stock, big run, has retraced that run and is consolidating here just below its 20-day exponential. We're looking for a move to $1.35 to $1.45. RSI has flatlined here. We're probably looking at a positive MACD cross sometimes this week, and stochastics down in our buy area, which is where we like to see it on these bouncer stocks. Support and stops right now, $1.20 on it. Mad Cats, MCZ. This is our Call of Duty Black Ops play. That game hits the markets next Tuesday. Expected to be the biggest game release ever. Mad Cats have the exclusive global rights to Call of Duty accessories. And if you look at Amazon, these guys dominate the top 20 of accessories on Amazon.com. Where we start to get excited on this stock is a break through 54 cents, and our target then would be a move to 80 cents. This has the potential to be a very nice Christmas play, so let's see how it hacks over the next couple of days. We've got earnings to get through on Thursday. If we get a positive surprise on earnings, we're off to the races on this play. A couple of stocks to mention here. URG, remember this stock that we called back in late September at 90 cents? 75% gainer, broke out again today on new highs. The uranium stocks really moving on expectations that GOP control will be very nuclear energy positive. We jumped into this one in the chat room on a break of $1.50. Really, this one on continued momentum could see $1.70 or more tomorrow. Really no chart resistance on this one to the twos. Another play on that had another nice breakout, DNN. Add here 225 to 230. 245 to 250 is target on this one tomorrow on continued strength in the sector. A couple of stocks to keep an eye on. RAD, we continue to watch this one, showing some signs of life again. Again, these are stocks that if we do see a big upside move in the market, we're getting a couple of plays ready so that we can jump in. RAD, one to consider. One would be a really big break on this one and could see a nice 10% pop on it. So stick this stock on your radars in the near term. HLCS, we got a fat spike to 58 cents yesterday and then a low volume retrace all the way back down that let us rebuy our full position again on this one. Support 20-day exponential 47 cents. This one locked and ready to move here in the near term. It did the same thing on its last couple of breakouts. So, I'm thinking we should see some nice upside, especially with market or positive market momentum over the next couple of days. So that's it for the video tonight. We're just going to see what the elections bring for us and what the size of the Fed QE2 tomorrow and trade based on that. So I will see you guys in the chat room tomorrow. It's going to be a pretty interesting couple of days, to say the least. Good night.